Today we're gonna go from a level 0 noob to a max level pro in Roblox Sailor Piece. Before we start, I've linked in the description the Sailor Piece Trello. That's where you will find all of the information you need on the game. It's got all the quest info, weapon and melee tier lists, and much more. So for starters, we want to go to settings and enable these settings I am showing on screen. This will make it auto restart the quest for you. Then we just want to pick up this quest and farm these guys until around level 100. Once we kill one, we can allocate our stats into melee. This way we can one-shot them. Now that we are level 100, we can go and buy this katana and do the next quest. Make sure to reset your stats into sword. The Z ability is a ranged attack, so we don't need to put any stat points into health. Make sure you join the community so you can grab the group reward. Now that we're level 150, we're gonna go to Jungle Island and farm the next boss. Once you grab the quest, just jump onto this tower and use the Z ability. Make sure to keep adding all of your stat points into your sword. Once we are around level 350, we move on to the next island, which is the Desert Island. We will stay here until we are around level 1000. You can take advantage of the auto skills in the setting to farm these bosses AFK. Once we are around level 1000, we are going to move onto the Snow Island. This is where we get our brand new sword, Yoru, or also known as the Dark Blade. For this sword, you will need 250,000 money and 150 gems. Once we have bought this, we can equip it and use it to farm for the next bosses. We will farm this boss until we are around level 1500, and then we can get haki. Now we are level 1500, we can go to Sailor Island and do all of the essentials. First, you want to spin the fruit gacha to try and get the Quake fruit. This fruit is essential to our farm later in the game. While we are here, we also need to make sure we equip a new title, spin for traits, races, and clans, and also re-roll our stats until we get at least an A in damage. Make sure to save at least 300 gems so we can buy observation haki. This will save you scene as we are not putting any points into health at the moment. Now that we have done all of that, we are going to go to Desert Island and speak to this NPC. Once you have purchased observation haki, you press H to activate it. And from here, we are going to go to Shibuya Station. This is where you can find the two NPCs that enchant both your weapons and armor. These two will be very helpful to you throughout the game. Now we are going to pick up this level 4000 to 5000 quest and farm panda for a while. If you stand in line with this second fence and just use the X ability for your Dark Blade, you can hit panda and he won't attack you. We can make use of the free auto ability here and AFK farm this. Remember to equip a better title anytime you get one. These will massively boost your experience gain while you are farming. Once we hit around level 3000, we now have enough stats to do the best AFK farm in the game. This farm will give the most experience and give you many drops. First, we are going to get armament haki. To do this, we are going to teleport to Snow Island and speak to this NPC. He will give you the haki quest. This quest is pretty easy. You are going to want to go to Starter Island and put most of your stats into melee, but this time leave some stats to put into health so the enemies don't kill you while you are farming the quest. Now you are just going to stand in the middle of these three enemies and use the Auto Z ability to get 150 kills. Once you have done that, you need to use the Z ability 65 more times to progress to the next step. This is once again made very easy using the free auto ability in the settings. Now that we are on the final step, you have to punch using combat 750 times. I would recommend getting an auto clicker for this step as it will make it a lot easier. Once we have done that, we are now ready to use our new armament haki. Go speak to the NPC at Snow Island again to collect this and press G once you have to activate it. Now there is just a few more drops we need to set up before we can do the AFK farm. Firstly, we need to unlock the Calamity Seal drop. To do this, we go to Academy Island and speak to this NPC and then go and collect 2 drops. The first one is on this tree just in front of spawn, and then the second one is just on top of the Academy on this corner. After that, we want to go to Snow Island and unlock the artifacts. This will make more artifacts drop for us. These are used as a secondary armor set, kind of. They give you all kinds of different buffs, like damage and crit chance. And the more you get dropped, then the more rewards you can earn from the secondary NPC shown right here. And then finally, the last thing we need to set up is the skill tree on Slime Island. You want to teleport to Slime Island and speak to this NPC right here. And this will unlock the skill tree, which you can level up to buff things like damage, health, luck, and crit. Now we are going to start the AFK farm. For this, you should make a private server. These are free to make, but if you have PvP off, then you should be okay in a public server. For this, you are going to teleport to Shinjuku Island and reset all of your stats into power, then go into your settings and use the auto see ability. Go grab this quest and then stand in this spot and face the way I am facing and equip your Quake Fruit. And now the auto see ability will kill these enemies over and over and keep completing the quest. If you just leave this to farm AFK, then it will max your level and give you a lot of drops. I'd recommend checking on it every 15 minutes or leaving an auto clicker on so it doesn't time out after 20 minutes. After leaving mine AFK overnight, it got me max level and gave me a ton of drops such as clan, trait, and race rerolls, which we can use to get legendary and mythical clans, traits, and races. These are essential for late game progression. Once you are done with the farm, you are going to teleport to Sailor Island so we can use our items and currency. This is optional, but you can buy all of the slots to store clans, traits, and races like I just did. Now we are going to redeem all of the current active codes to give us free rewards in game. Just pause on each code and enter these in your settings. At the time of this video, these are the current active codes. Make sure you are also upgrading your skill tree on Slime Island and equipping better artifacts on Snow Island in the meantime. Now that we have good stats, a good race, clan, and trait, we are going to go and get a new fighting style and weapon. For this, we are going to teleport to Boss Island and use all the boss keys we got from farming overnight. First, we are going to get the Kinshi style. This will help us progress into better weapons, and it is pretty easy to get. You are just going to speak to this boss spawner NPC on Boss Island and auto spawn Kinshi until we get 3 Imperial Seals and 7 Jade Tablets. You will get new titles to increase your luck chance by killing bosses. Make sure to equip these when you get them. Once this is done, you can go and purchase your new fighting style. This fighting style will boost our damage output a lot, so now we can fight harder bosses and get better swords and fighting styles. Once you have equipped it, don't forget to go to Shibuya and bless it to level 10 for the maximum damage boost. The next item we are going to get is the Ichigo sword style. This is easy to get like Kinshi. All we have to do is auto spawn Ichigo and farm him until we get 2 soul flames, 4 spiritual cores, and 8 soul fragments. Once we have these, we can go and purchase our new sword. This sword is high A tier in terms of damage and will give us a massive help towards getting the best melee and sword in the game. After we have purchased it, we once again need to teleport to Shibuya to give it level 10 blessing for the max damage boost. Now that we have a semi-good melee and sword, we can get one of the best swords in the game. We are going to get the Gilgamesh sword style. For this, we will need to speak to the NPC on Boss Island and turn our broken swords we got from farming overnight into divine grails, which we can use to spawn Gilgamesh. We need to farm this boss over and over until we get 12 throne remnants, 6 ancient shards, 3 golden essence, 1 phantasm core, and lastly, the hardest item is the title Golden King. This title can drop randomly from killing the boss, or it's guaranteed to drop after 125 kills. I got mine dropped after around 70 kills. And once the title has dropped, you should have everything else needed to purchase this melee style. This melee is top tier in terms of damage, so you are now a pro at Sailor Piece. You can now once again go to Shibuya and give this melee the max blessing for the most damage boost. And if you are as lucky as me, you can also enchant the armor you got dropped from Gilgamesh to make it better. Now we are ready to easily kill most of the bosses. That's how you go from noob to pro in Roblox Sailor Piece. I hope you enjoyed this video and found it helpful, and if you did, please leave a like, comment, and hit that subscribe button. See you all again.